Hey everyone, I want to do a video for you that was suggested by a friend of mine and also a fellow YouTuber. She just started her channel pretty much out of pure boredom, but she suggested that I do a video on setting traps. I'm going to show you how anyone can set a trap, the simplest, fast and easy traps, but I will talk about some more far advanced ones that I really don't have materials with me to set, that are like Deadfalls and pit traps that I really can't set in the backyard here because I can't dig can't dig a hole. So for one trap, I got deerskin lace to use. Usually I like to use wire, but I don't have any more wire on me right now. So shoelaces, like stuff like deerskin lace, it will work. Yeah, it will work good too. But whenever I set a trap, I like it to kill my prey instead of having to come to the trap and find it alive and having to kill it. So I like the trap to be able to work for me, so that I'm not expending as much calories trying to get to it, getting to it and killing it. But yeah. So I'm gonna start out with the loop here. I'm gonna tie a little knot into it. Small piece through there. There we go. There. Put a little knot on there. So now this can pull tight. Yeah, this will pull tight. This will loosen. So whenever, let me get my strap down there. So whenever the animal gets into it, that wasn't supposed to happen, but the point was that the loop comes down. The more the animal pulls on it, the more the animal will suffocate itself. So there's more chances coming back to a trap with a dead animal in it, opposed to a live animal, which is what I like better. It's coming to a trap with a dead animal and not a live one, because you don't know what animal you're going to catch in that trap, and it's better to come to a trap with a dead one, so you don't have to come to a live one. Now my a lot better. Yeah, it's a lot better. So as you see, the more the animal will pull on that, the more that'll get tighter, the more the animal will suffocate itself. Or the way you do this, you set it on the ground like this, so when the animal is walking this way, the animal can walk right into it. And you make it just big enough, whatever animal you want to trap, its head will get in there. Like a rabbit, make it big enough so when the rabbit walks into it, just big enough to get its head in, so when it catches on its shoulders. And whenever the rabbit knows that there's something on him, it tries to get away, it'll pull tight. Rabbit won't get away. Rabbit will sit there, mainly suffocate itself, depending on how much it struggles to get away. Which, me knowing my animals, an animal will do pretty much almost anything to get away from a trap. Whether that's eating its own foot off, like coyotes like to do. But yeah, for squirrel, yeah, it's the same basic thing, but a much smaller hole. Something like that. Or you can go, if you want to, go a little bit bigger, which this doesn't want to. But For squirrel, what you like to do is get something like this, find like a tree, and it has to be pretty much a tree with more limbs than what I picked out here. You want to set it on, so whenever the squirrel is going up or down in the path, it has no choice but to go through, through that hole. And when it does, it will catch it. But you pretty much want something with more limbs than what I picked out here. But before you do that, you want to take the end of your snare or trap and tie it onto the tree that you want to catch the squirrel on. Tie it to the end of the tree, make a good knot, make sure it won't come off. And set that knot loose right there. Then that trap will be good and set, and you can get back to it whenever you can. Good thing about traps is, when you set a trap, it's working for you instead of you working for it. So that you're freed up to go do pretty much anything else that you have to do, whether it's fishing, or getting water. This doesn't want to come off. Yeah, I can't really, it doesn't want to open, I don't know why. But yeah, maybe just a little bit. I mean, too good of a knot. This is why I don't like using deerskin lace or something almost leathery. But this is all I have on me right now, so I have actually no choice. Another thing for squirrel to do, you want to do for squirrel, I found a bigger tree that I cut down whenever I made my longbow for y'all. Has more limbs on it, so you can set in here. Once you set that, what I'm going to do, tie this end to the tree, make a good knot, which I'm not going to do right now, because I'm not actually setting this trap. Set it up all nice, so the squirrel has no choice but to go through this hole if it wants to go up or down it. And that trap will be pretty much set to go. Nice big hole, squirrel can go through it and you get caught. This end be tied to the tree so that squirrel can't get away, and when it falls, it pretty much almost hangs itself. So yeah, that's a good thing. That's one way to set up a snare or a trap. Another way is to lay it flat on the ground, whether for larger game, whether it be a deer. I wouldn't suggest using deerskin lace, not even for small game. That's all I have on me right now, as I keep saying. I need to stop saying that, but yeah, this ain't coming loose. But anyways, I'm gonna use this hole. For bigger game, I'm gonna lay that flat on the ground, so that when an animal walks through, catches his foot in there, and this will pull tight. Animal can't get away. That's pretty much guaranteed to come back to a trap with a live animal, which is something I don't really like. But it's effective, and you have to, no matter what you catch, you have to expend the calories killing it, which is what I don't like. But sometimes it makes a world of a difference. Those calories do pay off. Sometimes, depending on where you're at, you have to find a game trail, which is a little trail that animals walk through. Yeah, it's like a little animal path. Animals take the same path going wherever they go, whether it be from their den to where they get their own food, or they're out rummaging around, foraging. You have to set that in a good game trail. Yeah, in a game trail, then next time the animal comes through, they get snagged. But for larger game, just lay it flat in the ground with the loop out, so the animal walks through, gets in there, whether it be a boar A deer, I'm not sure if a deer would stay in a snare, depending on how strong your snare is. So, coyotes will get caught in them. Like small game like coyotes, wolves. I won't suggest a wolf. Pigs. Yeah, the hogs. But there's one of the ways of setting these up. Setting them up so the animal walks through them. Setting them up so that the animal walks over them and walks into them. Gets their hind leg stuck or the front leg stuck. Maybe you get lucky and get their head stuck in there. Yeah, whenever they're on the ground looking for food. And like always, you tie this end to a tree or something that's well rooted into the ground so the animal can't get away. That's very important to remember. If you don't remember that and an animal gets caught in your snare, it's going to take off the whole snare, and you're going to be left with no food and no snare to use. So that is a really important thing to remember. So now, another one I like to talk to you about is a deadfall trap. Deadfall trap is something really heavy that's strong enough to crush an animal, a small animal like a small rodent, or it'd be mice or rats or rabbit or squirrel. Something really heavy that's propped up and balanced by 2 sticks and possibly another rock, depending on how you look at it. I'd show you how to do it, but I really don't have the materials with me to set it up. So all I can do right now is talk about it. Which is another good trap to set up, because you set something really heavy up and you balance it at 2 sticks, and that third stick on the bottom is your trigger, and you set your food up there, your bait, so that the animal comes in and goes to get that food and messes with that trigger is going to go down. It's going to cause the prop to go down, and whatever heavy you have balanced there, whether it be a huge rock that's really heavy or a really heavy log, it's going to come down, it's going to crush that animal. Sometimes the animal won't die instantly, so you might come back to another trap with a live animal. Not all traps are foolproof to kill the animal once it falls on them. So it's not a bad thing, but it's just whatever you prefer. So if you can, wire snares are very good to use. I love using wire snares. Another trap is a pitfall trap. That's digging a hole for a large game animal and sharpening sticks up to a point, so that when you can put like 4 or 5 sticks at the bottom of that hole and covering that hole up, so when an animal does walk by, it falls into that trap and gets impaled by those sticks, and it will either suffocate or it will bleed to death, depending on where it lands. Which is good. What is good is setting up a good sized hole and setting up those spikes to where you can't put no more in that hole. So you're almost going to let that animal bleed to death, so that when you come back to it, it will be a trap with a dead animal in it. Which you gotta watch with these. It's another thing you have to watch with with a trap with a dead animal in it. You never know when a scavenger is going to come by and get that animal. Because just remember, you're not the only one in the woods trying to survive, or anywhere trying to survive. There are many other predators surviving along with you. Sometimes they may come into your camp, but That's just the chance a survivor has to take. But yeah, that's another important thing to remember. You're not the only one in that area trying to survive. So you never know when you're gonna come across another predatory animal that's trying to survive for trying to compete for the same food you are, which is a really hard thing, because you might catch a fish and a bear or an alligator might come up and grab it. You might catch an animal, a wolf or a coyote or a cougar, or mountain lion, which is another term for mountain lion, might come around and take it. You never know. You never know what animals are living in the same area as you're surviving in. So it's always good whenever you make your shelter to scout out the location before you set your camp there for the night, because you don't want to set it somewhere where a predatory animal comes through every time to find food, and you don't want to set it to where a flash flood is going to take your camp away, because that can also kill you. You can drown if you don't wake up instantly, or you can be swept away and tumbled and knocked unconscious and drowned. But those are different kinds of traps you can set. This isn't a very long video, but it's also not a short one. But I just wanted to do that video that was suggested to me by my good friend and fellow YouTuber. If you want to check her channel out, she only has 2 videos up. It's the blindfold challenge with her and her friend. Her name is Julie Miller. I'll put her link down in the description for her 2 videos. They're not on survival, but they're still pretty fun to watch. And yeah, just want to get that video out for her and for all you guys. So just remember, whenever you make a snare, to tie the end off to something well rooted into the ground, so you don't take it, so that the animal does not take off with your snare, because you'll be left with no food and no snare to get food, which could be very hard to do. One more thing before I end the video, because we're nearing the end. I don't have fishing line with me because I didn't think about it, so I'll just use this as a reference. You tie the end of your fishing line off to a tree. Then you take the end of your line, put the hook on it, put your bait on, and throw it out into the water. That also works for you while you're all out getting water or checking your other snares, or if you're getting more firewood and pretty much upgrading your shelter. All of these snares and traps, they work for you, so you don't have to work and spend them calories trying to get the food, so that you can spend your calories doing what you need to do, instead of sitting there watching snares or doing that. So that was my video on traps and snares. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out a lot if you like my videos. Even if you watch my videos and you don't like them, share them around. Maybe somebody will. These videos are to help you survive if you get lost in the wilderness, so that you know what you're doing and you don't die whenever someone's looking for you. Whether it be short time or long time survival, if somebody knows you're lost, they will go looking for you. And these skills that I'm trying to teach do help. They will help out a lot if you use them day by day. Don't think week by week, okay, this is what I'm going to do this week. go day by day. It helps out a lot more. Just set a schedule of what you need to do each day. It's like you need to go get water. You need to go get more firewood. You need to upgrade your shelter again. Set those goals. Whenever you get up every morning out of your shelter, that you know exactly what you're doing each day. It helps out a lot in the long run, trust me. I used to do it whenever I go out and test my survival skills every weekend with my friends, and it really does help. As opposed to going week by week, go day by day. It's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do this day, I'm going to do this day. It's a lot more planning, a lot more organized, and helps you out a lot more in the long run. So, alright, I'm going to end it here. So, I don't know when I'm going to have my next video. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below if you want to request anything, if you want to suggest any videos, like my friend Julie did. And just remember, till the next video, this is Lieutenant Grimm, and keep on surviving. I'll see you in the next one.